In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys step by step exactly how to apply for a French visa, a Schengen visa. For those of you who don't know this, Schengen is a group that you can actually enter each other with different visas. Let me explain this. Did that make sense? I don't think it did. Let me explain. So if you get a French visa, you can actually use a French visa to travel to Germany, Iceland, Sweden, Spain, Italy, Portugal, all of these countries, right? And there's like about, I think, 20 countries, in this agreement. So you can apply for a French visa right now and use it to travel to Germany. You can apply for a German visa and use it to travel to all of these countries, right? So I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to apply for a French visa. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, I think French visas are actually the easiest Schengen visa to get, which is why I'm going to be focusing on. As a matter of fact, every time I've been to Europe, I've always traveled with a French visa. Right, so I'm going to show you guys exactly how to actually apply for a French visa right now in today's video. Before we jump right in, if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Gerald. And I'm a big advocate to applying for your visas yourself, right? You don't need an agent. If you decide to use an agent, please make sure you are involved in the process. Use your email, make sure you use your email so you can actually get all the conversation from the embassy. Right? I'm going to be showing you guys the kind of emails that you're going to be getting, during this application process. I'm going to be showing you those emails on my screen in a jiffy. So it's important for you guys to smash the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, you turn on the notification button so that when I drop more amazing videos just like what you're watching right now, YouTube is going to send the notification instantly. So let's jump right in. The first thing you need to do is to click on the first link in my video description. Once you click on it, it is going to bring you to the application page of the French visa application, right? French. Hope that makes sense. So once you come to this interface, the first thing you need to do is to come here and click on where it says start your application, right? Start your application straight up, right? So this is where you create your account on the French visa application website. So I'm going to put your email address. Okay, this is for login, right? If you have an account already like myself, you just need to log into this platform and continue the process. But if you don't have an account, you're going to click on where it says create an account. And of course, it's going to bring you right here. So we're going to put in our last name, first name, email address, check your email address, select the language you want to do your visa application in. If you want to do it in French or English or Spanish, whichever is fine. So password and password. So let's fill all of this thing. Now pay attention. I'm going to be explaining something as we proceed. So the first name, I'm not going to be using my name. This is a tutorial, right? So let's say the last name is Ahmed, right? And first name is Toju Onyinye, right? So you have two first names. So I'm going to say Tolu Onyinye or Tolu David. I'm going to say David. Tolu David Ahmed, right? So email address, you're going to put your email address right here. So I'm going to put in my email address right here, right? So put the email address here again to confirm that it is sent in. This is very important. Now, this is where you select the language that you want to make this application in. So let's work with English. That's the language that I understand very well. I know a little bit of French, but I'm not like fluent in it. So passwords, choose your password. So you're gonna put your password 2 times, right? The first one and the second one. Then you can click on show password to make sure that it's what you think you typed that you actually typed. Put this caption and click on create an account, right? And our account is being created right now. If everything that we filled out is correct, so our account is going to be created right now. So it says invalid password. The password must be minimum of 12 length. So let's choose a different password. So I've chosen a different password. Make sure it's at least 12 in length. Then the captcha again 8MNSL. But I'm going to come here and hit create account, and hopefully our account has been created. So our account has been created. So this is it. You must verify your email to activate your account. So let's go to this email right now and verify our email address. So what I'm going to do is to come straight to our email here. And this is the email that we just got from the French application, whatever. So it says, Mr. Ahmed, please confirm. This is in French and this is in English. So I'm going to click on confirm email, and our email is being confirmed right now. So this is it, right? So this is actually in French. I have to translate it. So you need to come here and select this and change this to English, so that you make sure that everything you are doing is in English, right? So the other languages here, there's Arabic, there's Chinese, there's Spanish, and there's French. And of course, there's Russian as well. So we're going to be working with English right now. So I'm going to come here and click on where it says create a new request in a group, or edit the request, delete request, and all of those. So let's click on where it says create a new request in a group, right? So select your nationality. Why is this showing in French? It should be in English. It should be in English. So let me click on this guy. So this is showing in French. For some weird reason, I just changed this to English, but it's showing in French. So let's fix this. So I'm going to come here and click on where it says more complete. I think this should mean complete your name or complete your profile, something like that. Profile complete or whatever. Settings, profile settings, right? So I'm going to come here and change this language to English so that you make sure that everything you are doing will be in English. Change this to English and hit save. This is saving. This has, you say your account has been updated. Everything is in English now. So let's go back to the home page. So let's go back to my applications, right? So just in case you have that issue of language. So you see, this is in English now. I'm going to click on where it says create new application. And you see everything is in English right now, right? See that how easy that was? So I'm going to come here and click on nationality. Just select your country, right? So your country where you're from or where you live. So I'm going to come here and select your current nationality. That's the country where you are from. So I'm going to come here and select my country right here. So I'm going to assume that you are from here, right? So select this. Of course, if your country is different, you select your, this is mine. So I'm going to come here and it says, did you join or travel with any family member from an EU country, excluding France, the EEA, that's European Economic Area, which is the EU, the Swiss Confederation, or a family member who is the UK national beneficiary will do agreement about that. So if you have yes, you say yes. Me is no. I don't have any family member who is a beneficiary and all of those things. So place a submission of your application where you're going to be submitting your application. So I'm going to click on this place and select the country, where you live, where you're going to be submitting your application in. So for me, it is still my country of nationality. So I'm going to select Nigeria here. Type of visa requested. What type of visa are you requesting? So I'm going to click on this and select short stay visa. Now, short stay visas are visas that are less than 90 days, right? So long stay are visas that are more than greater than 90 days. This is less than or equal to 90 days. Then airport transit, for transit visa. You are traveling to the US. You are flying Air France, which is going to go through France. So you need a French airport transit visa, right? So for us, let's say we are actually applying for a short stay visa, which is a tourist visa. So main decision of stay, where are you traveling to? Which country are you traveling to, right? So because you're applying to through France, right, for a French visa, of course, you're going to be selecting France, to select France. If you are applying from Italy, if you're applying for an Italian visa, you select Italy and all of those things. So city of submission, where are you going to be submitting? So is it Lagos or Abuja? Because you selected your country, it's going to automatically show you centers in your country. So I'm going to be submitting in Lagos, for instance. I'm going to select this, right? So your travel documents. Issuing authority of travel document, which country is issuing your visa, your passport? So I'm going to select the country that issued your passport right here. So travel document, ordinary passport, diplomatic passport. If you have a normal passport like me, so it's going to be ordinary. Most people will actually be ordinary passport. So travel document number. This is where you put in your passport number. So this is where you put in your passport number. So I'm going to be making a passport number B34025 whatever, right? I'm just making this up. This is my passport number because this is a tutorial. I'm trying to teach you guys how this is done. Date of issue, the date that your passport was issued. So I'm going to say my passport was issued in February 28th of 2024, right? It was issued here and it's going to be expiring on January or February, right? February 2028. Let's say it's a 4-year passport, 2028, and it's going to be expiring on the 19th of this, right? So 4 years passport. Our passport is actually 5 years, right? 5 years, so it should be 2029, not 28, 2029. Okay, good. So your plans, why are you making this trip? Business, entry visa, beneficial agreement, family, private visit, blah, blah. So I'm going to say tourism, applying for a tourist visa. Main purpose of stay, right? Tourism, private visit. So I'm going to select this. So additional information about your project, right? Additional information about why you are actually visiting. You actually put that here. So what I just write here is that my purpose of my purpose of visit is for tourism. I'm gonna fix this purpose of visa tourism, right? And just put this right here. Now, every other thing that you need to actually provide, I normally provide them with a cover letter. I'm gonna be explaining that as we actually proceed. I've actually made a video about cover letters that they're showing up right here. So you can actually watch this video when you are done. You go and watch that particular one to understand what I'm talking about. But of course, I'm going to be explaining it as we proceed in this particular training video. So it's important that you actually pay attention and go down. So I'm going to come here and hit verify. As a matter of fact, there are actually 6 steps, if I remember correctly. There are actually 6 steps you need to complete. Step 1 of 6. So this is the first step. So it says that you need a visa, of course. If you prefer to travel to Monaco, please follow this procedure. So I'm going to come here and hit next. So it's telling us that, so it said that you need a visa unless you are a citizen of the European Union, in position of a long stay visa or hold a valid permanent residence, hold a resident visa for Andorra or Monaco, you're a flight crew performance, you're a DT and blah, blah, blah. So you're not any of this. So I'm going to click on next, which will take us to the second step. So it's telling you to confirm that your travel document number, that's your passport number, is correct before you get to the next step, because you will not be able to actually change this, right? So this is not correct, of course, but I'm going to be assuming that it's correct, and I'm going to say yes. So make sure, take your passport and cross-check. Make sure this is actually correct before you get to the next step. So I'm going to hit next and yes, right? So this is the second step. This is where you actually fill in your identity. So your sex, male, female, whatever it is, you select. Marital status, married, single, whatever it is, you select. So I'm assuming you're single, right? If you're married, you select married. That means you have to provide your marriage certificate, of course. Your last name, what is your last name? We use Ahmed, for our last name. Other name, first name, and if there is first name and other name, if they actually exist. So we use Tolu, David, right? Place of birth, where were you giving birth to? Now, most times this is actually on your passport, so make sure you actually use the same thing that's on your passport for this particular purpose. So let's say you're giving birth to in Lagos, right? Current nationality, Nigerian. This was filled in the first step, so you see automatically. Nationality at birth, if it's different. So if you had a different nationality at birth, you can actually select that. But for this, you're going to leave this alone because it's the same thing. Last name at birth, if you had other names before now, put it here. Date of birth, you're going to select your date of birth. So let's say our date of birth is 22nd, I'm going to say April. 22nd 04, which is April. Then the year, let's say 1965, right? So country or territory of birth, you're going to select where you were giving birth to. So let's say you're giving birth to in this place. Nationality number, the national ID card number, which is your NIN slip. For those of you in Nigeria, it's your NIN number. I'm going to put it right here. So I'm going to make something up. I'm not sure how many, I think it's 10 digit number. So let's do something 10. Let's start with 6. So I'm making this up for this tutorial. Other nationalities, if you possess other, let me say you're a US citizen, you are a British citizen, you have a Ghanaian citizenship and stuff, you can actually select a country where you are citizen of, all of them on this particular part of the application. Now your address, where do you live? Right, where do you live? So let's say you live at 23 Ogombo Road, right? Postcode, you can go online and find a postcode. This is what I normally use. City, let's say you live in Aja, and then country. So let's say you select your country where you live. So I'm going to select in Nigeria here on the lists. Nigeria, city, Aja, or Lagos. No, Lagos, Aja. You can just put Aja here. Aja. Select, put Lagos here. Lagos. It's fine. Your phone number goes in here. So you put your phone number right here. So let's say your phone number is 234 806 965 4321. Let's say put your phone number right here. Email address, this is where you put your email address. So your email address is this. Right, put your email address that is going to be used to contact you if they need to contact you for documentation or questions or whatever. Details of your identity. Do you live in a country or in a country of your nationality? Yes or no? If you are Nigerian or you live in Ghana, your answer is going to be yes, right? But for this tutorial, I'm going to be saying no. So your family, are you joining or traveling with a French national family member? Yes or no? If you have a family member that's traveling with you who is a citizen of France, we're going to select yes. But for this, I'm going to assume it's no. Do you join or travel with a family member from an EU country Well, I'm going to say no again, right? So this is fine. Your current job, indicate your current profession. What do you do currently? What kind of job do you do? So you're going to go through this list and select something that is what you do currently, or something close to what you do currently. So let's say you are if you can't find what you do right here, you can just select other, right? Select other, and it will not ask you to specify. So if you selected other, please specify your profession. For me, I'm going to say I'm a YouTube content creator, right? So you can select whatever it is that you do if it's not on that list that they actually provided for you. So sector, select the sector, accommodation, blah, blah. So you take your time to go through this, right? Last time I did this, I had to go through this like 3 or 4 times, and I finally chose other activity or information and communication. So that's what I chose. Let me just choose this. Name of employer, self-employed. That's what I do. Self-employed. For me, I'm self-employed. So if you work with GT Bank, put GT Bank right here and all of those things. The address of my office. That's what I'm going to put here, on my house. So let's use the same address that we used before, 23 Ogombo Street, Aja. Postcode, course 1, 2, right? City, I'm going to say Lagos. Country or territory, I'm going to select Nigeria, right? Nigeria, and of course, telephone number, right? Put your phone number right here. So I'm not sure what I typed before, so let me just copy this because this is not my number. I just made this up. I'm going to copy this and put it right here. Email address, I'm going to put an email address here again. The same email. So for you, it is going to be your employer's email address. That's what's going to be here, your employer's email address. But for this, I'm my employer, so I'm using this as a case. So I'm going to hit next to get to the next stage, which is the 3rd stage, I think. Yeah, this is 3 of 6. Visa. Indicate here if you have previously received a Schengen visa within the last 59 months. If you have gotten a Schengen visa within the last 59 months, you are going to indicate that right here. Any changes to the next step automatically say blah, blah, blah. Have you received a Schengen visa in the last 59 months? So for me, somebody like me, it's going to be yes, because I have. So it's going to ask you the details of that visa, the validity and all of those things, right? But for you, it probably be no. If your first time was actually applying, or if you refused a visa before from Schengen, you're going to say no. So I'm going to hit next. And it's going to take us to the 4th step, which is step 4 of 6, your stay. Details of your stay. You indicate that you'll be traveling in the country, France. Will you be traveling with other member states? Will you be traveling in other member states or territories, even if for a few hours, right? So I told you guys that with a French visa, you can go to Netherlands, you can go to France, you can go to Spain, you can go to Italy, you can go to Iceland, you can go to Sweden, you can go to all of Switzerland, Germany, all of these countries, right? So they're asking you, do you intend to go to any of these other countries as you are traveling? So it depends on you. I'm going to be saying no, right? So I'm going to say no. So if you say yes, you need to provide information about where you're going to and all of those things. So I'm going to say no. So plan dates of arrival in Schengen. Which dates are you arriving in Schengen, right? In France. So you're going to come here and select the dates you're actually applying. You're actually arriving in. Now, it's important that you actually note these dates because you're going to be using these dates. This date is what you're going to be using to book your flight. You're also going to be using it to book your hotel. The dates must align. It must be the same date on all of these 3 different documents. Let's say you are arriving in May, the 30th, right? And you are leaving you are staying for 10 days. So May 30th, so you say 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's say you are leaving on the 8th. You leave on the 8th. Now, plan duration of stay in number of days. So this can be very tricky, but let me explain what this means. Now, planned duration of stay in number of days. Now, what this means is that, you see, from here to here is 10 days. So we are planning to stay for 10 days. Now, if you're applying for a multiple entry visa, it means that for this particular one, you're going to stay for 10 days, but you can actually come in again and go. Right? So let's say the first time you stay for 10 days, second time you go, you stay for 1 month. That will be 30 days for plus 10 days. That's 40 days, right? So your answer is going to be 40 days. But if you plan to just go once and come back, like this is your plans for now. So what you're going to do is to put 10 right here. right? And single entry or multiple. You don't need multiple entry if you're applying for just to enter once and go back, right? So let me explain this again because it's actually very confusing. It took me a while to actually figure it out. So if you are applying for a Schengen visa and you're applying for, let's say, multiple entry visa, multiple entry, right? So, and you're applying for a 30 days visa. So your plan is to travel to France, stay for 10 days, come back to Nigeria or go back to the UK or go wherever you want to go, or come back to Ghana, for instance, and you stay in Ghana for like 2 weeks and go back to Europe again with this same visa. So they're asking you cumulatively, right? The first time you travel, you go there. The second time, the third time, calculate the number of days. How many days are you planning to stay there in total? That is what they're asking you right here, right? So I'm applying for a single entry visa, one entry, and it's 10 days. Now, number of stays planned in France for the coming year. Now, this also can be very confusing. Number of stays planned in France for the coming year, right? In the next 12 months, how many times do you intend to visit France? That's the question. So it could be one visit is one stay. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to say 1. I plan to visit France once or twice in the coming year, whatever it is, right? So you can say you plan to visit once in the next 1 year, in the coming year, in the coming 12 months. So your plans for staying, right? So if your first stay is tourism, your second stay could be something different. It could be business or whatever. So as a reminder, your project is tourism and the main purpose of your stay is tourism plus private visit. If the information is correct, please modify it starting from the first step, your plan. So I'm going to come here, select your purpose, select if necessary the second purpose of your travel. Now, if you have a second purpose of travel, you can select that, right? So come here and select tourism again, right? I can leave it blank, fine. So I'm going to come here and hit next. So it's going to take us to the fifth step. Now, this fifth step is very important. This is where you talk about your accommodation and fund and all of those things. Person, organization. A person will be accommodating me. Now, if you have somebody in France that is going to be accommodating you when you get there, this is what you're going to be selecting, right? So a company, organization, or establishment will be accommodating me. If you have a company there that is going to be taking care of you, you can select that. My hotel or accommodation is if different. So you can select your hotel if you have actually booked your hotel. So what you need to do right now is to go on bookings.com. I've actually made a video about this, right? And book a hotel. So once you book that hotel, you're going to put in the hotel information right here, name of the hotel, right? Hotel name goes in here. Hotel name goes in here. Address of the hotel is going to be there. You can go to your website and get the address. The hotel address comes in here, right? Of course, the city, postal code of the city, the hotel, the city of the hotel, the country, of course, it's in France. We're going to select that. Telephone number of the hotel, you're also going to be seeing this on their website. You're going to put it right here. So I'm going to put a random telephone number right here, right? Let's change this to this, and change this to 2. Right, it's a random. So the hotel email address, you're also going to be seeing this on their website. So I'm going to come here, whatever at the hotel.com, .fr, whatever. Right. So the hotel email address comes in here. Now, how are you funding your trip? Very important. Are you paying for your trip yourself, or somebody is doing this for you? Now, if you're funding for yourself, just select this. If somebody is doing this for you, select this particular one, and it's going to ask you to specify which, and all of that. As a matter of fact, it could actually be both. So for me, I'm funding myself. So accommodation, prepaid, transportation, traveler, whatever. I'm going to say cash, credit card. You also have your card to actually make payments. Cash, card, and of course, traveler's check if you have the accommodation prepaid and all of those. If you have paid for accommodation already, we're going to select accommodation prepaid and all. So other, right? You can select debit card as well, right? So I'm gonna come here. If you have somebody, maybe your father or your mother or your spouse is actually paying something towards the application, you can click here and fill in their details as well, right? So the next thing is person completing the form. So your name, complete this session if you are entering this form for someone other than yourself. So this particular place is if somebody is actually filling this form for you, the person will need to fill in their details. Person that actually filled it in. So for this, you are filling this in yourself. So I'm going to come here and hit next. The hotel, you need the city of the hotel. So I'm going to say Paris. Right? Paris. Okay. I'm going to come here and hit next. So it's going to take us to the final stage, which is very important. So your supporting document, this is where you actually put in your supporting document. Now, so what documents do you need for this application? I've actually made a video previously, which is showing up right here, telling you guys the documents you need to apply for a Schengen visa successfully, right? But let me actually explain those documents for you. Now, you need a travel document, which is your travel passport or international passport, right? Issued less than 10 years ago. So your documents must not be issued at 11 years ago. It should be at most 10 years ago, containing at least 2 blank pages with a period validity of 3 months, longer than the date on which you intend to leave the Schengen area. So what this means is that your passport must have 2 blank pages. So this is my old passport, that's expired. So it's saying that your passport must have at least 2 blank pages, right? Blank pages where they can actually put a visa on and stamp on. Your passport validity must be at least 3 months from the date that you are expected to leave France. That's what it's explaining here. And this is another thing that is very important. He says be sure to transmit, which is scan, all pages of your travel documents containing visas, entry and exit stamps on or any other inscription. What this means, this is travel history, right? Somebody asked me last time and said, Gerald, how important is travel history? I actually plan to make a video about the importance of travel history. If you want to see that video, let me know in the comment section and I will actually hurry it up and actually make that video for you guys, right? So if you have been to Ghana, you've been to Cameroon, you've been to South Africa, you've been to the UK, you've been to the US, they want you to scan all of those visas and the entry stamps that were on your passport that were put on your passport when you travel to those countries. They want you to scan all the markings on your passport as part of this application. They want to see where you have traveled to before. They want to know if you overstayed your visa anywhere. Right? They want to know all of these things. So you need to actually add that. Another thing is your photograph, right? Passport size photograph, just like this one, yeah? Just like this one here, right? You need to take a passport photograph of yourself. If you have an official document, a note verbal is required. As a matter of fact, I don't know what this is, right? But this is not for me. And most likely not for you as well. So I'm going to come here. Then this is the purpose of travel or stay. Reservation of your planned travel, right? So if you are traveling as an organized trip, right? You have a tourism group. You have paid for a tourist to take you guys around in France and talk. They want proof of that, right? And of course, your return ticket, the booking, your flight ticket that you have booked online, showing your entry and exit dates, everything complete. I've shown you guys how to do that in this video showing up right here. So go ahead and watch that video and see how it's done. So they need that as well. They also need, I'm going to be explaining, I'm going to come back to this in a jiffy, right? So I'm going to come back to this. Now, funds, 3 last bank statements of your account, pay slip and evidence of pension. They want to know that you have money to fund your trip, right? There are certain bank statement methods that you actually do, where you actually take lump sum of money and put into your account because you're applying for visa. It is going to affect you adversely, so do not do that, right? So you need your 3 last bank statements. Here you can watch my video on bank statement mistake to understand exactly how to actually put together your bank statement so that you don't make the mistake that people make. Or you can actually reach out to me to actually help you look at your document before you actually apply, or even help you with the application if you want that, right? All you need to do is to click on the first link or the second link in my video description, or the link that is pinned to the comment section. Once you click on it, it's going to take you to how you can actually contact me and get in contact with me to actually help you with all of those things. Now, another thing is your accommodation. You need to book your accommodation, of course. You need to book your hotel or accommodation where you're going to be staying, or provide proof that somebody is going to be accommodating you. The person have to provide their tenancy agreement and all of those things, right? Now, this is also very important. Travel health insurance, right? I've shown you guys how to do that. I made a video about it in the past, right? I'm going to be putting the link to all of those videos in the video description below. So just go click on the appropriate video and actually watch it to see how those things are done. So these are the basic documents that you need. Now, one of the reasons why they refuse people visa every time, right, most times, is because of something called as a matter of fact, this was my last Schengen French visa application. This was my hotel booking from bookings.com, right? So the details of everything I need, the name of the hotel, the address, the phone number, the email address, everything is on this slip I got from bookings.com. And of course, I also attach it to my application as well. Another thing that might happen to you, right? It could happen to you, is a refusal, and you don't want that to happen to you. As a matter of fact, I've been refused a French visa the first time I applied. I applied for the second time and I got my visa approved, right? So what I did was that when I got this refusal letter, I had to look at it and study it, and of course I had to reapply, right, answering the questions that was raised in this refusal letter. And one of the questions that was raised is that they said that there are reasonable doubts as to your intentions to leave the territory of the member states before the visa expires, right? So they didn't trust me that I was going to leave. They also said that there are reasonable doubts as to reliability, the authenticity of the supporting documents submitted, or the veracity of their contents. They also talked about justification of purpose. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be making a video about a refusal for French visa. If you want to see that video, let me know in the comment section. And one of the reasons that they always have doubt is that you don't have enough tie, right, to your country. Economic tie and social tie. This is very important. As a matter of fact, they said social professional situations, right? Proof of social professional status. Example, employment contract. Where do you work? How much do they pay you? If you work in a bank or somewhere that they pay you 100k, 200k, 300k every single month, that is no money, right? People that get paid a lot more than that get to Europe and disappear and run away and become illegal immigrants. So it might not do you well if at the end of every month you earn about 300,000 naira, right? If you're in Nigeria, that's about maybe like 200,000 should be around the $150. So let's say you earn like $200 or $300 every month. It is not enough money, right? Now, certificate of employment. You also need to know that you are employed. Your employment letter, right? These are ties. You are employed by so and so, and they pay you so and so amount of money. You have your promotion letters. You have your salary increase letters. You know what I'm talking about. So extract from Trade and Companies Registrar. So you have a registered company, right, that is doing very well. You have to provide those company bank statements, the registration document from CAC and stuff like that. I've actually seen where they refuse with visa because they are not filing their tax return. So they went to the CAC website and their company status says inactive. If it says inactive, it means that your company is not active. And I've seen people refuse visa because of that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing a complete tutorial on how to avoid visa refusals for a Schengen visa, right? If you want to see that video, let me know in the comment section. I'm not here to actually make that video for those of you guys who are interested, right? And another thing is that if you are interested in that video, make sure you actually hit the like button on this video right now, subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, you turn on the notification button so that when I drop that video and other videos, you get notified by YouTube, so you can jump right in and take advantage of that video immediately. Now, if you are a student, you need to provide your transcript, admission letter, stuff like that to actually prove that you're a student. And one of the things that I do add as well is photograph, right? It helps with visa application. You are married, you provide your marriage certificate, your wedding, all those kind of things. It helps, right? Not the one that you pose, real pictures, So if you see a real wedding picture, proof of pension, all of those things. Any other document demonstrating the applicant's personal links to the country, right? They need to see that you have ties to your country. When I actually reapplied for this visa, the one that got approved, I pointed out my ties. One of the things that I actually focused on was my economic ties, right? I pointed out how much we did in my business a year before, our projection for this year with proof, right? And one crazy thing that I did, I'm not going to be telling you, I'm going to be talking about it in that particular video. Any other document demonstrating the applicant's personal links to the country, your children's birth certificate, your marriage certificate, stuff like that, very important. It will also help you, right? So let's say we've gathered all of these documents. What we need to do is to click on continue, click continue, and it brings us right here. So this is where we declare that everything that we have filled in here is true. So before you do that, please click on this edit and go through all of this, or you can download all of this thing that you have filled right now. Click on this place to download it, and take your time to go through. You can print it out, go through, make sure everything is fine. There's no mistakes on it before you actually hit continue right here. So I'm going to be assuming that everything we've done is fine. So I'm going to hit continue.
right? At this point, you cannot, have you checked for each of your application that their data and blah blah blah? At this point, you will not be able to modify anything. So you can click on no and go and modify, or can click on yes and continue. So it depends on you. The application fee you must pay is 90 euros, which is 149,130 naira. So you're not paying this online, you pay this at TLS contact when you actually get to the VAC, Visa Application Center. So the next thing you need to do is to click on continue, right? And you can now make an appointment. So how do you make an appointment? It's very simple. By checking on this by certified admin app. So how do you make an appointment? Let me show that to you guys right now. So you need to click on this place. It's going to bring you right here. So select your country, right? Africa, America, or the continent. So you're going to select your country from this list. Your country is not here. So keep going. You're in Africa. So let's find Nigeria. So click on Nigeria and it's going to bring us here. So I'm going to come here and select Lagos. Right, come down right here and click on where it says book an appointment, and it's going to take us to this interface. So this is blocking me because I have a VPN on, so I'm going to put up that VPN. Right, it's going to bring me to the same interface. I'm going to click on the next page and select Nigeria, then come here and select Lagos. Right, this is the address of where you are going to be submitting your, this is the address of the Visa Application Center. So you need to note it down. If it's in Lagos, this is Abuja, this is the address for Abuja. So I'm going to select Lagos and come here and click on where it says book an appointment, right? Easy peasy. So this is where you book your appointment. So I'm going to come here and so the next thing you need to do is to just scroll down and say I have not completed, or say I have completed my visa application form. So we are sure that you have space for this thing. So I'm going to click on this, right? You need to copy this. You need this, right? I'm going to copy this, right? I'm going to say submit to Visa Center. This has been submitted. I'm going to say okay. So this has been submitted, right? So you have downloaded this for us right now. So the next thing you need to do is to pay payment biometrics and Visa Application Center, right? So I'm going to come here and go to TLS, come here and say I have completed my visa application form. This is loading up, right? So my email address, I'm going to put our email address here and hit I'm not a robot, agree to terms, and hit create. That's all we need to do. Right, click on create. I'm going to save this, right? So account activation code has been sent to our email. So we need to go to our email and actually retrieve this. So let's come back to our email. This is the verification, right? Click on this and click on activate my account. So I'm going the whole 9 mile for you, right? So welcome to the Visa Application Center in Lagos and this and this and that. I say I have completed this, right? Okay, everything is fine. Corona gift for you. So I'm going to come here and hit on where it says back to login. I'm going to log in with our details. It is logging us in now, right? I have completed this. So I'm going to hit create. Email is already used. Please choose another email. So we need to log into our account. So back to login. So I just come here and hit login. It brings me to this interface. So you can click on you can read this, right? I'm going to say no. I don't want any marketing communication. This one is fine. So I'm going to hit confirm. This is yes. I'm going to hit confirm. So create application. So the next thing you need to do is to create our application. So I'm going the whole 9 mile, like I said, right? If you actually love this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos like this. And I'm going to come here. This is where you fill your information to link your visa application form that you filled on French website to TLS contact. So I'm going to come here, travel purpose. I'm going to select tourism, short stay. Right, short stay, then tourism should be here somewhere. Oh, this is not the right one. So short stay tourism, yeah, this is it. So private visit. So private visit, confirm. So I'm gonna come here and France visa reference number, which is reference number we copied from our application. So I told you guys that it's very important. I'm gonna put it here. Last surname Ahmed. Giving names Tolu David, right? Tolu David. Okay, so date of birth, I think I selected 22nd April, right? April is 04 1965, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's what I selected, 1965. Beautiful, right? Good. So currently living province, so let's say you live in Lagos, because I selected the Lagos address. Passport type, ordinary passports. Passport number, this is where I'm going to have a problem. I made up a number and I've forgotten it. But the good news is that we downloaded our form. Right, we downloaded our form. So our form was downloaded and this is it right here. So this is our passport number. Let's find it. This is our passport number that we filled. So I'm going to copy it. Right, so that is why it's important to make sure that everything that you are using, that you have it. So I'm going to put this here. Travel document issue date. I'm not sure we selected, but it's also in that form. Let's find it. Issuing date of our travel passport. So we selected 20th February 2024. So let's fit it here. 20th February 20th 02 2024, and the expiry is 1902 2029. Yep, that's it. Mobile phone number. So put your mobile phone number right here. I'm sure we'll fit it in here as well. So let's go find it. So this is the phone number where we selected. So I'm going to copy it and bring it in here. Right. So travel information, date of departure. Oh, I made a mistake here. So I selected 9/5 instead of 9th June. So this should be 9th here. 9th June. It should be 9 June. Date of arrival. Yeah, this should be fine. So I'm going to hit submit. Right. Okay. So date of departure from origin. I selected 4 here and 5 here. So this should be 505. Yeah. So the same thing. So hit submit. So this it is going to take us to Ahmed Tolu. Yeah, this is it. Right. So this is where you book your appointment now. So I'm going to say you can modify your form. You can do this, or you can hit submit. So I'm going to hit submit, and I'm going to hit confirm. Right. Hit confirm. And then this is the phone number where OTP is going to be sent to. So verify your phone number. So this is not my phone number. This I don't even know this phone number. So we're not able to continue at this point in time. So you can click on send OTP, and OTP is going to be sent to this phone number. So you need to put the code sent to this phone number right here to verify. And once you are done with this, you can now book your appointment, pay for your appointment, right? You can now book your appointment, and on that date, you take your documents, right, and go to the visa application center that you have chosen, and of course do your biometrics and submit those documents with them. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do, right? It's that simple. It is that easy. And if you want me to actually help you do that, the first step is actually get in contact with me by clicking on the link that is pinned in the comment section below. So once you click on it, it's going to take you to how you can actually get in contact with me, and I can actually talk to you about and advise you on how to and advise you on how to actually apply for your visa. Now, I am not an agent. I provide advisory services from my own personal experience. So I tell you the document, I'll talk to you, understand your situation, then I tell you the documents that you need to put together, you know, and what to write in your cover letter. And if you want me to also write your cover letter for you, of course I can help you do that. If you want me to actually do the application for you, I can also help you do that. But all the correspondence is going to be coming to you. We're going to be using your email address, right? So you get all the correspondence. I am not an agent. I will just guide you through on how to do it. You sit down, you can sit down with me on a call, right? And you watch me fill all the forms, so you know exactly what I'm filling for you, right? And we talk, and we talk. You tell me, ask a question, you tell me, I actually fill that form for you, right? If you want me to help you do that, just let me know. And of course, get in touch and contact with me, and I will help you do that as well. So once you actually book your appointment, you're going to be getting an email that looks like this. It says, "Thank you for using TLS Contact Services. This usually confirms your payment." So you're going to be paying 27,200 for their services, right? This is the service fee, not the visa fee. The visa fee, you're going to be paying it there with your ATM card. So make sure you have that amount of money in your card. So you're going to give you an ATM. No, they're going to give you a POS machine, and you're going to be used to actually make payments at the center, right? So this is the email you get after you've fixed your application. After you've booked your appointment, you're going to be getting another email that looks like this, that's reminding you about your application, right? It has your application ID, your name, purpose of your visa, and of course the date of your appointment, dear applicants, and all of those things. It's telling you the address of where you are going to be coming for your application, right? And once you are done, you're going to be getting another notification under 24 hours, the same email telling you exactly what you need to where you need to be and time of your appointment, so you are not late. After you've done your biometric, you're going to be getting another email that looks like this, telling you that your application has been transferred to the French embassy, the consular authority, right? Then after that is you're going to get another email that looks like this, telling you that your passport has been returned to from French authorities to CLS Contact. So you can actually go there and pick it up, or if you paid for them to bring it to your house, they are going to be dispatching it to your address, and you can pick it up, right? So this is why it's important to actually apply for these visas yourself, or at least be part of the process, so that all this communication will be coming to you, not you calling the agent. What is happening? Have they my visa? What happened to my visa? Nope. You get all this communication in real time from either the VAC or from the embassy. That's how easy it is, right? So using this information, you can actually go ahead and get this thing done for yourself right now. Or of course, if you want a second eye to actually look at your document before you apply, let me know. Or for me to actually do the whole thing for you, also let me know by clicking on the link that is pinned in the comment section, and I will not hesitate to actually get in touch with you, and we can make that happen, guys. If you want to know the documents you need for a successful French or Schengen visa application, this video showing up right here will show you exactly that. And if you want to know how to buy your travel insurance for this video showing up right here will show you how to actually do that.